Yo, welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Great League Remix, and let's try out this team. We're going to be featuring the Jellicent pair with the Registeel and the Mandibuzz in the back. So here we got a kind of a neutral lead here, depending on the shields and baiting situation. It might go one or the other way. Our opponent here does select to go for the Icy Wind. Now we're going to have to try our best to catch a move. Hoping this is a Shadow Ball. No, Shadow Ball ends up being another Icy Wind. They are going to be able to debuff us. They go into their Poliwrath here. Poliwrath is going to have to get to at least 2 moves, I think. We're going to tank another Icy Wind. Our Mandibuzz is able to fight back with a Aerial Ace. The Aerial Ace double debuff is not going to do that much damage. They are able to counter us down, unfortunately, so we are going to have to deal with this Poliwrath with a good amount of energy. We're going to let this one go here. Ends up being the Icy Wind. They go for the debuff again. We're going to undercharge here because we're trying to get some additional energy headed into the back line. We know that they still have that Drifloon, and it looks like they end up having the Gligar. Another Gligar. Wow. So Gligar in the back here is going to have to deal with the Reggie and the Jellicent. They have no more shields, so at least we have that going for us. We did have to decide if we want to shield here or not. Ends up being the Aerial Ace. We go for this Focus Blast, but they catch it onto their Drifloon, so nice catch by them. We are going to force them to use some energy here. Will it be enough to take us out? Shadow Ball does go through. We're going to elect to go for the Surf here and hope that we can fast move down. Oh, and unfortunately not able to win that game. That was a tough game with the Drifloon and the Shadow Gligar lurking in the back. It's kind of an ABA flying team. That Drifloon just... we did not catch that Shadow Ball that we anticipated on that Drifloon onto our Mandibuzz. So, nice play by them. Let's see. Oh, a little bit of a lag situation or what? Okay, now we're back. We can face against the Dane. Okay, so the Dane here, not necessarily the best thing we want to see. It is a core breaker between our Jellicent and our Mandibuzz. We have to let this one go here. We are hoping that they also let some energy go. We're going to get to 2... Okay, never mind. We're not going to get to 2 serve. They are going to be able to get to another discharge. So we're going to shield here just to play this out in the ones and see what they want to do. We do at least grab a shield back. However, they are able to get to another move quite quickly. Discharge goes through. We're going to go into our Reggie here and let's see what we do. Do we go for the farm down or do we decide to switch out? They go for the discharge right there, dealing some good neutral damage. We decide to go for the Focus Blast KO because we need a little bit of undercharge there. Actually, try to get the undercharge and we had to tank another discharge. So to get that extra energy, we had to take an extra move. Our opponent here reveals that they have Superior in the bag. This is not a counter to the Mandibuzz, so we're going to be able to control this matchup. This Frenzy Plant is resistant. Maybe they're running Frenzy Plant with Leaf Tornado at this point. We're going to go for another Aerial Ace. It doesn't quite KO, which is great for us because now we're going to be able to try to farm it down. Frenzy Plant gets thrown again. We're going to go for the farm down at this point. We can take the next moves and take all this energy. Yep, there you go. There's the Leaf Tornado. Our attack does get debuffed, but we need to throw this energy right now. So we're going to go for this Dark Pulse, and then we're going to switch out. What moveset are they running? They are running the Mud Bomb. So Mud Bomb version is going to be able to take out our Registeel. And now that we know that they have the Mud Bomb version, we know that we're going to have to call a bait soon. Will this be the shield or will this be the Mud Bomb? Ends up being another Mud Bomb. We can resist that quite easily. The goal here is to get to 2 moves, and we are going to be able to get to 2 moves because of this shield here, no matter what they throw. Mud Bomb gets chosen again, and we have the Dark Pulse ready. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game with the Mandibuzz in the back, basically walling the Superior and the Quaxar. Quaxar probably had Mud Shot, Mud Bomb, and Stone Edge, but they never got to a potential Stone Edge. All right, what is happening here? A little bit of lag situation. Okay. So yeah, I think in the last game, the Mandibuzz energy management was great, and that's how we were able to win the game. All right, Scrafty here. Oh man, this is a big-time core breaker. We are going to struggle to take this Scrafty down with our Jellicent. We are going to throw a Surf here. The first Surf will get probably like 5 to 10%, probably more closer to 7%, honestly. We get this Scrafty down into the red, and now we're going to go into our Mandibuzz here. Mandibuzz is going to have to potentially go through a powered up Scrafty. Let's see if they elect to go for the shield farm down. The Power Whip does go through. The Power Whip are adding up. This is a double boosted, but they elect to just let it go. So they get, what is that, a Ninetales? And then they have, okay, they go for a Registeel swap into our Zap Cannon. We do get the debuff. So this Gligar here is going to go for this dig, and we are able to show the correct dig. They are going to be able to throw to another dig here because they had this stack 2 digs. We're going to go for another Zap Cannon. It won't KO, but it will get it into the red. We're going to try to catch a move here. It is a double debuff dig, and we do catch that move, so that's fantastic. The Ninetales decides to come back in here. It is running the Charm version, unfortunately, for this Mandibuzz. This Aerial Ace does take it into the yellow at least. We're going to have to shield something. Unfortunately, it has to be this Weather Ball. But because they have 2 shields, this is going to be really, really difficult to beat. Focus Blast goes through. They decided to let it go, and now they're just going to try to win the game with the Gligar. We aren't even able to farm down, unfortunately, but that's tough. That's a tough team right there, especially since they got alignment, and we were never, ever able to flip any of the matchups. So GG's to our opponent. On to the next game. We got the Hakamo versus our Jellicent here. This is pretty neutral. We're going to tank the first move here. Ends up being the Dragon Claw. Takes us into the yellow after some fast moves. We're going to go for this Shadow Ball. The Shadow Ball gets caught onto their Reggie, which is fine because now we can just switch into our own Reggie to win the matchup. We have the health advantage. Our opponent does go for the Focus Blast, so we can tank that. We're going to go for our own Focus Blast here. This Focus Blast does take out the Reggie, and now we can deal with that potential backline. Ends up being the Frostlass in the back. Frostlass here is going to have to decide if they want to shield this Zap Cannon or not. They like to go for this shield, and then they're going to be forced to use some energy. Let's see here. We're going to go for this Jellicent here. We have to shield. Ends up being the Triple Axle. So Triple Axle was a nice bait by them. Here we're going to go back into our Mandibuzz to match up with their Hakamo. They go for the Brick Break. Brick Break is going to be able to debuff our attack, but it takes a while to get to. We're going to be able to get to another move here. We're going to be taking this Dragon Claw. It doesn't quite KO. And then we're going to go for this Aerial Ace. This is going to get the KO, or it's going to get this last shield. And then it's a race to the move. We are able to reach the Dark Pulse. This is going to get the shield, or it's going to get the KO. And our opponent elects to just let it go. Barely didn't KO, but it was enough to force them to go for the farm down. And they unfortunately aren't able to. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game with the Mandibuzz. Next game, we have the Jellicent versus the Galvantula. This is a tough lead here. Another tough lead to deal with. We are going to tank the first discharge. Oh, unfortunately, we just get absolutely sniped. We lost all that energy of the Jellicent, which is really unfortunate. We're going to go into our Reggie here to try our best to regain the energy. We are going to go for the Zap Cannon. It does roughly like 30%. However, because they did lunge us, we aren't able to take them out on the first try. We are going to go for this Focus Blast here to take out this Galvantula. The Galvantula actually did a lot of work. Our opponent does reveal Swampert in the back. The Swampert is going to have to deal with this Mandibuzz. Interesting that they are not switching out. We're going to shield here, and then we're going to try to apply the pressure. We're going to go for our own Dark Pulse. This Dark Pulse is going to get shielded. Interesting. And then we're going to go for another Dark Pulse. Let's see what they end up doing. What could they have in the back that they don't want to see this Mandibuzz? They double shield. Okay. What do they have in the back? We're going to shield here to keep the health of the Mandibuzz. We know that this is going to be another Hydro Cannon. And then we're going to go for our own Dark Pulse here. How low will this Dark Pulse get it into? All right, it's in the red. We're going to make sure we throw right before they get to their move. So we take them out with the Aerial Ace, and they end up having the Hypno. Hypno is going to struggle against the Mandibuzz. We actually catch a move. Ends up being the Thunder Punch, and they tried to undercharge here, letting us able to get to a Zap Cannon. This Zap Cannon will get through, dealing some good neutral damage, and then we're going to combo play into our Mandibuzz into a Dark Pulse for the KO. So that is GG's right there. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.